going on, you dead set legends, and welcome to the Ready Bang, the #1 arm wrestling show on the planet. I'm your host, the Aussie Arm Wrestler, and this is the East versus West Aftermath. We can talk about the good, the bad, the ugly. I think I've just been disconnected. What is going on? I'll have a look there. Not a good start, not a good start. If you can see me in the chat, say g'day. It just says OBS Studio disconnected, reconnected. So we'll see how we're going. Nah, seems to be going all good. Can you see me in there? Someone say g'day. Hey Jake, how you doing, bro? Alright, so it all seems to be working. All seems to be going good. That's alright then. Just set OBS Studio disconnected. So I got a bit worried there because I'm using OBS Studio for today's show. Thought we'll do something different there. We'll talk about the aftermath, the recap, have a bit of fun. Am I back? Looks like I'm back. I'm back. That's good. Let's go live. Okay, there we go. All good. Mic sounds a little low. Well, it's up the whole way. Interesting. Mic sounds a little low. I don't know if that'll work. What? Am I back? Looks like I'm back. Sounds all right on my YouTube end. Good. Great event, wouldn't you say? Oh, mine just said that my OBS Studio had crashed, but I've got YouTube on my phone as well, and it seems to be going good, so let's go good. Let's rock and roll. How are you all going? How did you find East versus West? We'll do a bit of a recap, have a bit of a chat. Geez, everyone was really upset about the audio issues, which is fair enough as well. Like I only watched it on mute, and a few times I clicked on the audio, and you could see the presenters there, whether it be Neil or Stefan banging the microphone. Yep, starting. There was that. Then there was also times where I was getting ready to listen to some commentary or something like that, and you could just hear the production team out the back. So I don't know if the announcers didn't turn off the microphone and put it near there, was the wrong switch picked or pressed. I'm not too sure, but it was... I'll tell you a couple of things I really did like. When they did the pre-match interviews on YouTube, I really liked the background. I really liked the EVW Sports. In the background, I thought that was a home run. There was nothing wrong with like the nice conference room, dining room, the flash table. But just having that was just like you were in a sports studio. Arm wrestling's a sport. So I was like, here we go. I thought that was brilliant. What's going on with my chat here? It's not, yeah, there we go. It's not going well. See, this is why I prefer to use StreamYard, but I just don't want to pay all that money. But anyway, yes, I thought that was a home run. Now at the actual event, I'll probably need to talk to more people that were at the event. But the stage looked incredible. It was huge. But if you're at that event and you're right at the back, are you just paying the money to watch the big screen? Because like arm wrestling's a very small, you got a couple of thousand people in there, fantastic, and I think the seats were raised, so if you were at the back. But when they were panning out, or people were posting photos from at the back, or even when we got a look at it on the live, if you're, the first few rows weren't even close to the stage, but if you're a few rows back, like that's ages away. And they've gone away from having people on the stage again. So a couple of little things there. I thought it did look professional, Jar. I thought it did look professional. But that's just like with everything. Thought it looked great, but for me, something not utilising. So arm wrestling tables are square. and to only utilize one angle. I will always be under the way to do it. I think you just got to have everyone around it, different angles. That's how I do it. But I thought the stage looked great. I thought it looked fantastic. Of course I did. So they were a couple of home runs. But it's just, for me, it could just be really hard with things like you got 2 cameras, 2 refs, and 2 athletes. So, like, it's hard to get a good angle live. Us watching it on the pay-per-view, it was fine. Picture was perfect. Stream was perfect for me. I don't know. That's in Australia. I'm not sure about you guys all around the world. But it was different. Appearance, let's go back. Appearance was great. They just have to technical wrinkles to iron out. My man, Rick Chains. Ready, bang, lads. Rick, we're always going to have a problem if you hyphenate ready, bang. Don't you disrespect me like that. Oh, brilliant. Brilliant. All right, let's get back to the chat. Fair point, Jake, says Jar. I like that. I've suggested for some events to do that. Like King of the Table had a good setup. They just didn't have a good crowd. The Dubai crowd, they're just too polite. It's like when you watch pro wrestling in Japan. They just sit and watch the spectacle. Same with the athletes. The only time it was mega was Levan and Erdemis. But then, like the cornerman, like Issa for Erdemis, he's in tears and things like that. So it lifted the spirits of everything up. Dave V. Vitale, the first time I wasn't on commentary, so I'm in the crowd and I'm screaming and shouting, and we got it on there. Definitely the best card to date. That's a big call, Roger. I would strongly disagree with that one. I thought a bit too big. It was all right. No different to going to a concert. Got to disagree with you there, Rick, because you know, you've got your singer at the front, you got your 2 guitarists on the side, you got your drummer at the back. You know, when I saw Foo Fighters here in Melbourne, you know, Dave Grohl, he's there. And then, like, when it's a bit of a solo, they're all moving, like they're utilising the whole stage. Where this was a stagnant, here to here, there we go. Stagnant, here to here, and with the refs in the way and the cameraman. But that's not an East versus West problem. Don't get me wrong. That's just a problem in arm wrestling in general. Stage was badass, but the sound was terrible. So when you say the sound was terrible, Brian, was it the glitches when, like, the guys came up to talk and when they muted 3 or 4 matches? Is that what you mean by the sound was terrible? Or I know they fixed the reverb as it came along. Some of my favourite matches, clearly Joseph Moranto versus Cody Wood for me was match of the night. Really enjoyed Giannis Amelins and Minigus Tarasides. I hope those 2 guys get booked everywhere. Tim Talmadge, I'm looking at you. Wink, wink. Of course, I enjoyed John Brzenk, and you see John's name there. We'll talk about him a little later on in the program. And of course, Matt Mask. Do I have... Just quickly looking at all the other results. One I want to talk about. 2 I want to talk about. Hunter Knopf's and Valen Lowe. Hunter dominated. It was 3-2, and why I say dominated so strongly, because it was against a great opponent. Valen Lowe is a great opponent. You lost 2 matches on fouls, but I don't think you were put to the B-side much. And I say dominated because I thought you were fantastic against a really great opponent. So, all respect to you, Hunter. Can't wait to see the next match. We'll try and get you on the show sooner or later, as all my focus goes to Bicep Bash Las Vegas. Can't wait for that. What was the other one? Oh, Dave Chafee versus Georgi Svetkov. Now, I think what people really need to understand, Dave would rock a lot of people from the 12 to 25 mark. So, like, Dave had a huge hit against who I think's number 6 in the world. You're asking Dave Chafee to go against number 6 in the world. Has he dropped off? Of course he has. Happens to everyone. Father time. He had neck issues for ages. So, yes, he felt a little bit pain-free, but that doesn't mean he's got back to his heights where he beat Denis Saplenkov back in like 2008 or something like that. So I do think the arm wrestling world just needs to go easy on Dave Chafee, because Dave will rock a lot of people 12 to 25, and they'll always be interesting matches. You know you're going to get horsepower. But I expected the number 6 in the world to do what the number 6 in the world does, and that was defeat Dave Chafee. So for me, I'm not disappointed in that match. Yeah, but we'll get to... I'll get back to all that and recap, and of course we've got all this, and we'll get to some comments. Why doesn't this update for me? Paying $1,000 to watch a big screen at a live event seems bonkers. I don't know if they paid that much. Or maybe the VIP... No, I don't think the VIPs pay that much. But in saying that, I do think you would have got your money's worth. I think they'll give it away tickets for $50. That's fair enough. Or if you entered the tournament for $50, you got in for free. For me, that's standard. I'd easily pay $50 to attend the event. But the access to the athletes that you get before and afterwards. I mean, shit, you got Brian Shaw turning up. And he was just walking around in the lobby. So I do think attending the event is good. If you're happy to just watch the big screen, you know, you attend the press conference, they're all hanging around, you get to have a chat. I mean, Devon spends hours in the foyer. You guys call it a lobby, we call it a foyer. Go from there. Bloody hell, my chat does not... On this pop-out chat... So now I can't even scroll back up. There we go. James N. I enjoyed Giannis losing. Why is that? Giannis is great. Listen, the audio was done by Esports Studio. Well, if that's the case, we got to stop hiring outside people. I guess people in arm wrestling get arm wrestling. Oh, so you were the right cameraman, Dan. There you go. That's cool. So are you an arm wrestler, Dan? Or are you esports? But that's cool. That is cool. Hope you enjoyed it. I have to go back and watch and go, hey, that guy popped in. So, brilliant stuff. That's good, mate. Awesome. Hope you enjoyed it. All right, let's scroll down. Censoring cursing is silly. Yeah, I didn't like it. What else have we got? Brando agrees. Silencing your most entertaining athletes was wild. Yeah. Yeah, not surprised Georgie won. Same. Ready, bang. Minion. DJ's happy to see Brian show up. Yeah, because Brian is going to... he'll compete there one day. That was the calmest match I've ever seen. Yeah. Look, yeah, I'm not going on a bashing tour, but they were just all more relaxed. Because I've been in an event where Devon's getting abused on the phone. And he's getting attacked. Like, I've turned up, walked into the room, Devon's like, fuck this, fuck every fucking rah, rah, rah. Because, you know, Engen's been attacking him on the phone. So he just seemed a lot more relaxed. Shit, he turned up in a dress and pulled in the women's division. Ha! And had a bit of fun with it. Everyone seemed more relaxed. Of course they did. I've been more relaxed when my boss hasn't rocked up to work. It's like, all right, I can go things at my own pace. I feel like I'm not being watched, criticised. I don't have to walk on eggshells. That's my opinion. Okay, one of the staff in-house was Esports Arena. Okay, brilliant. Yeah, so that was some really good matches on the card. They still had a lot of 3-0s in the end, but that's all right. Some of them were really good. Just looking at the results next to me. Some were some really good 3-0s, and that just happens. So let's get into our first one here. Let's see if I can find it. So, it's Coach Ray on the outs. Now, Coach Ray's, I didn't watch his live earlier, but where's me pictures? Is it this one? Nope, that's me. No, that's the code word. Did I put the... That's the entry. Hang on. Let me just get my... See if I can find my... I had like pictures ready and everything. Alrighty. So this one here, you might not be able to see it, but basically... Ray was asked on one of his videos, why weren't you at East versus West? And he says, I wasn't invited to this one. Considering he's been at the last 10, and then underneath is a Facebook post from Engen really praising Ryan Turner. Now, Ryan did a great job. Don't get me wrong. Love Ryan Turner. Met Ryan Turner a few years ago. I messaged him, said, hope you knock it out the park. I watched one of his pre-match interviews. I like it. I like Ryan Turner. But I reckon, if I'm guessing, it's because he competed and commentated at MAC. That's what I truly think. I hope I'm wrong, and I hope it was just like, I'm not going to talk about this too much, but that's what I think happened. He went to Canada, promoted it, hung out, competed, and commentated, and I do believe that he got in trouble and being told that'll do. Now they'll probably make up. I'm sure over the journey, Ray's been told this a few times. As like a lot of people dealing with Engen, you've been blocked and unblocked, blocked and unblocked. I was going to leave it at that. I'm sure Ray addressed it on his own live. But for me, I was a bit, Ray's a staple. If they're moving in a different direction, that's fine. It happens. It's happened to me. These things just, but if I'm guessing, if I'm getting my guessing game on, it would be because of that. I can't see anything else Ray has done wrong. He's always gone into bat for Engen. Oh, no, you're just misunderstanding him, this, that, and the other. Ray's a great guy, but just reading things like this, like when I saw Ray wasn't on, I messaged him. He said the same thing to me. I wasn't invited, and I was like, okay, cool, very weird. But anyway, they wanted to try something different in America. That's not a problem at all. Right, let's go on to the next one. That's all I really want to talk about, because I want to talk about some fun things. The 105 kilo division was put on notice. I told everyone Matt Mars was going to win. And he came out, and I didn't think he was going to win in that fashion. Something may be up with Kitagali Ongabayev, but he took the match. He gave himself time, so I can't have excuses that he probably wasn't fully healed, because Kitagali had some time off, he had some surgery, blah, 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 blah. The 105 kilo is put on notice. What do you guys say? Scroll back up. Yes, Grippler was at the event, but I don't think the Grippler knows. Oh, geez, I'm way behind in the comments. Okay, there was my last one. Matt Mask has leveled up big time, says crazy Uncle Jim. I think Devon likes Corey a lot. He seems like a top-notch person. The Wild Horse was awesome. I'm 15 minutes behind. We'll catch up. Put me on like times 2 and catch up Freight Train. We like ya. G'day, Andy. Jar says, raise my guy. JH Pipe Fitting says, Matt Mask was arm wrestler of the night. What he did was amazing. 100%. I get it, but did it look like they were cutting costs or they need to cut costs? I could imagine at least 30,000 pay-per-view buys. At least. And you think about it, with Voice of Arm Wrestling and 200,000 subscribers promoting it, I don't think it was a cost-cutting thing at all. I'm with you, Stay Gold Pony Boy. Okay, so scroll down. Oh, let me get to some of your comments. And then we'll keep talking about Matt Mask and who he should pull next. Ray, 100%. Had to do a lot for... He has done a lot for the sport. I wholeheartedly agree there. Brian, I asked him a question earlier. He says, with the audio, the first couple of matches were way too much reverb and couldn't understand what they were saying. The athletes' mics weren't working for 3 or 4 matches, especially Devon. I think they were muted, to be honest. You know, because if they're like... if I were guessing, it would be like, we want to take this mainstream. We're talking with some production companies. We're looking to get it on particular channels, maybe a Fox Sports or ESPN. And if we can eliminate things like cussing so everyone can watch, including the kids, that's me guessing. I think it was put on mute. And yes, if you're someone like James that doesn't like Devon, he would have thought it was great. I just want to read more before I get into this. But I don't think it would have been... I don't think it would have been too much. The audio table's gone for the last several matches. Yeah. So who knows? Who knows? But how you doing, Roy? Now, Brian, that's my speculation. I'm only guessing. I don't want to put... I'm not saying it's gospel, but that is my only guessing. But the 105 kilo division is on notice. I would love to see an Oleg Petrenko. I would love to see... I'm trying to think of some other... Give me some names. Some 105 kilo people. I don't think... Is Dutta Khan the champion? Because I don't think he wants to cut... No, Devon was the 105 champion. So Devon won't want to cut down. He beat Oleg Petrenko. Man, where can I find a list of... I can never seem to find a list of them all. Why does it keep going to Yahoo? I keep making my default browser Google and it keeps going to Yahoo. Where can I find the rankings? It's not on their website. You know how they do the pictures and everything? The cool graphics? Oh, here we go. But it always confuses me because... See, Google's so much better. Okay, so... What division is that? Oh, not available. I'm blocked from that one, so I can't read it. Let me just... World Champions, light heavyweight. Is that 105? Oleg, David Khan, Todd Hutchings, Kitagali, Irakli. Ooh. No, Irakli went down to 95. Matt against Yevgeny. That might be a bit too much if Yevgeny's getting back on the sauce. Krasny. Oh, wow. But I do like the match with Nugo. I'll tell you another match that I like, and maybe just because it's me, mate. I like Matt versus Lachlan Adair at 105. Matt Mask, Lachlan Adair at 105. I've got a feeling Lachlan will go against Nugo Chikadze. So, the winner of that can have a crack at Matt Mask. Or, if one's above Matt Mask, then Matt can take on. Either way, them three, have a play around. Because I'd be happy to see Lachlan versus Nugo. I'd be happy to see Lachlan versus Matt Mask. And I'd also be happy to see Matt Mask versus Nugo Chikadze. Bang. You're welcome. I'll do the booking for you. Let me go. Okay. People are talking about the audio. Mars versus Hutchings. I just think Hutchings is on a different level. He's just ridiculous. He's just ridiculous at the moment. Yeah, Zilla is a nightmare for Matt. Uncle Todd, all the way. So, yeah, they're probably the next three. And then if Matt Mask wins, you take him up. What were the other names in there? Maybe Krasimir Kostadinov. I think Krasi might be a bit too much for him at the moment. But if Matt can get, say, those two wins in the 105, give him Krasi. And then I think we could be rocking or rolling. Could be rocking or rolling. I think Corey might be a bit too much for him now. Bit too much for him now. But that's the 105 division. It's been put on notice. Want to talk about the man. You know who he is. John Brzenk. Oh, come on. John Brzenk's retirement. Okay? He's having... Now, I'm going to go under the assumption that after John's back surgery, he doesn't want to have another match. He can't be bothered training. He can't be bothered going through it all again. My suggestion to John. I love you. I love you. Right? And of course, don't be silly, everyone. Of course, I want John Brzenk in the sport forever and ever and a little bit more than that. For infinity. He's one of few people I want to stay in the sport forever. But, John, if you want to go fishing or hunting, go for long drives, holidays with your wife, Renee, she's awesome. Hi, Renee. Not that you need it, but you have my blessing. What you have done for the sport is unbelievable. I'm grateful. I'm appreciative. I know it'll be hard to keep you away at times, but you're a star. And if you sit there and go, that'll do, I'm out of here, then that's okay. That's okay with me, mate. And I'll always be grateful for it. What do you guys say? What do you guys say? Matt destroyed Krasi. Did he? Oh, was that at a Canada event? Did he pull Krasi then? But he might have been a lot heavier. He might have been a lot heavier. Roy says, I don't like the way arm wrestling is going. I want all the pulls to make good money, but I'm afraid the money gets better, the product will get worse. Yeah, because what happens now is we all talk to each other, and it's like, first of all, on the low end, everyone wants like local super matches and tournaments. Everyone wants their flights, accommodation, and money just to pull. It's ridiculous now how everyone's demanding money. Two, everyone is now very protected of their YouTube content when we all used to help each other out. Now it's a free-for-all. I don't get involved with it, and I'm just like, I'll do my own thing. It's almost like two lanes, Roy. I'm with ya. I don't like where it's going, but I like some parts of where it's going. It's like a really fast car, but the tyres are rattling. The engine bolts are just starting to come off. I mean, if everything on my phone is true, then fuck me, I'm done. Well, I won't be done, but I will take some time away because I'm just like, I can't. But, I keep saying but a lot today. So yeah, but then going back to my original point, people talk. So if you turn up to a card and you're like, oh, well, I've been on an East-West versus West card, so now I need a minimum of this because I heard such and such gets paid that. I feel like they deserve to be 3 times more than me. I want at least this much money. At least this much money. So, yeah, I don't know if the product will get worse, but the one person who works on the long game is Tim Talmadge in Arm Sports Entertainment. He does 2 huge events a year, and they're always successful. And Arizona State funds Washington, Washington funds Arizona State, and he goes around in circles. He's flown people over, he takes little gambles. What people do is they make a pay-per-view and they don't want to lose any money, which is, of course, no one ever wants to lose money, but no one plays the long game by starting with some little super match series and building it up and building it up and building it up. Everyone's like, oh, okay, we've done one. Right. Borrow 30 grand, get Devon over. Borrow 30 grand, let's get someone over. I mean, look at how many promotions have started and failed because I do believe they don't want to play the 5-10 year long game. Arm Sports Entertainment has done that. And now they're working with Scott Steiner on the week of WrestleMania, which is huge. Like, it's on a smaller scale, working with Brian Shaw the week before the World's Strongest Man final. You know, it's pretty spectacular getting like Brian Shaw to arm wrestle. So arm wrestling, they just need to play the long game. Alrighty, let's have a look. Yes, we have been very fortunate to have John. 100%. Almost like they were pushing him to retire. I don't think they did. It was just like, in my opinion, I think because we all started talking about it, I questioned Devon and Ray on my show. I made that video. Cat was coming out of the bag a bit. I think Engen just wanted to be the one to say it. And he went, oh, John's having back surgery, so this will probably be his last match. And then, of course, all the people that watch his channel just ran with it. Clickbait videos, we're away. We need to have a giant statue tribute for the legend of the world arm wrestling. Yeah, he's unreal. I'd like it. I don't know how anyone could be disrespectful. I don't know how anyone could be disrespectful to John. Nah, I don't think so, Jumble B. He just likes arm wrestling. John doesn't like all the fanfare that comes with it. John just likes arm wrestling. He doesn't mind. His legacy cannot be damaged. He can take 3 or 4 more losses. 10 more losses. I think he is fine. Mars versus Kanai. Thank you. I like that. I like that one. Nah, I think Ivan's got him at the moment. Ivan Matias Shevchenko is the real deal. But that is my thing for John. You're a star. Genuine rock star. I'm grateful. Thank you. And I'm grateful. We had like almost 1,200 people during the live commentary, especially during Devon's match. So thank you for all that were at the live commentary. Really appreciate it. We beat all other channels. People message me. They say, hey, this channel had this, and this. You were number 1. Thank you, everyone, for making me the number 1 live commentary channel. And I can't wait to do live commentary again. More importantly, I can't wait to get to Vegas. Okay. This one here. Is the women's division in trouble? For 2 reasons. One, we just had a match with, I think, a 50, 60 kilo weight difference. I understand it's an American versus a Canadian and, putting a women's match on the card. Yes, once again, you get your local stars. Sarah's from America. I believe Jocelyn is from Canada. Could be a launching pad for Jocelyn. And it was an open weight match. But is there not enough talent in the women's division? Is there not enough talent in the women's division? Do we not know about a lot of superstars in the open weight division? Because it just seems like we want to, in open weight, we just want to rotate through 4 people. Barbora, Gabby, Sarah, and Eglay. It just seems like it. Now, Jocelyn's put her hand up, says, I'm ready to take the next step, and congratulations to you, Jocelyn. I'll certainly be tuning into your next match, wherever it may be. But when we talk about obviously there's more men than arm wrestle, but is the division open weight in trouble? Because a lot of the Europeans are in your lighter weight division. So I believe Fia Rasic would be able to have lots and lots of amazing matches. You look at the Kazakhstan women, European women. It's a very interesting situation. So I'll be keen to see where and who Jocelyn pulls next, because the rumour mill, I do believe that Eglay's not interested in arm wrestling as much. So then to put Jocelyn against Eglay, it's like, well, Eglay's not even really interested, Do we put Jocelyn against Gabby? Straight up. I'm not too sure. This is why I'm just asking. I'm not saying the women's division is in trouble. I'm asking. Is Jocelyn Brisson the next superstar in the women's division? We'll have to wait and see. I hope so. Okay, what have we got? Yeah, John's legacy is... So, Puppy Chow, it's pay per view. Not paper. Not paper. You're paying per view. Pay per view. I see that written a lot. Pay-per-view. They took out the audio near the table in the pay-per-view and it wasn't fair. We didn't see it. Sorry, I'm late to the conversation. No worries. That's very much in trouble if Devon puts on that dress again. Not enough talent, so you don't reckon there's enough? So I think we just got to go on a giant search. Maybe Arm Wars does a Savage search again. I mean, we got John Terry and Kevin Palco out of it, and they've gone on to do good things. Maybe we need to do the women's side of it. That would be cool. But yeah, Stay Golden Pony Boy thinks the same. It'd be the number one league in the world without question. Without question. Because everyone would just go there. James M, I disagree because it was an open weight match. And a bit unfair to call her that. Jocelyn Gabby. Jocelyn going for sure. Okay. Yeah, so there are people out there trying to build it. So that's good. That's good. And hopefully it builds up. But yeah. And that was honestly a two-way question. Is it in trouble because we have to have matches with significant weight difference? Or is it in trouble because Jocelyn Brisson is about to come in and wreck everybody? So it's a two-way part. See what I did there? I'm clever. Okay. A lot of people want to talk about the man that is Devon. Devon's next left match. On the right arm, I think he's going to take on Vitali, unless Vitali beats Monster Michael Todd. On the left arm, I did a poll. I think it was about 1,200 votes. And everyone wants him to take on Tobias Sperong because Tobias beat Corey at King of the Table in December. So that'll be cool. But geez, Devon looked good. To hold someone that is as strong as Corey, that is 50, 60 kilos heavier than you here, and still be able to maintain. Devon's just something else. He's just something else. So people think Tobias Sperong, people think to rewrite the loss against Kamil Jablonski. And I know Kamil wants it. He has spoke about it every single day for years. And of course, I wouldn't hate too much. For pre-match shenanigans, I want Kamil Jablonski. Kamil knows how to play the game. Very active on social media. Tobias, a great puller. Just doesn't like the whole interviews and things like that. And that's okay. It's not for everyone. So I don't think out of those two, any choice would be wrong. I just forgot I did a poll at the start. Okay, so everyone thought 6 out of 10 was good. So, American Made, just going back to this, if Ray's under contract with EV, then he should be thrown out. But if not, then Engen is a tyrant. Fun fact, it'd be a while ago now, but not too many people were under contracts. It was more, if you want to pull it East versus West, don't go there. That's how it would work. I do believe they're just trying to sign a lot of people at the moment. Get as many names in case a big league comes out of nowhere. It's like, we're going to sign you to a contract, but it might be an opportunity contract. So it's like, well, we're not going to guarantee you matches. Some are under guaranteed contracts. Like, we guarantee you 3 matches a year. But it's like, we're going to put you under there. We're going to give you this much money for a match. But we might not book you for a couple of years. So I do believe more under contract now. But yeah. But Ray's not under contract, no. Ray's just cool. Who do you think, Devon, should pull on the left arm next? Did you guys make some comments? See, this was interesting. Aya Takanaka was supposed to pull it knuckles up. Engen said no, and yet, where's she gone? But anyway, I want to stop talking about things like that. I want to talk about who Devon pulls on the left arm, and then, of course, we'll go into a bit of a Q&A to wrap up the show. For me, I think it's Kamil or Tobias. I like those two matches. Let's say you. What about you guys? Also tomorrow, I think Uncle John's coming back on the show. We'll get a bit of an update about Bicep Bash. Get an update. We got to meet Scott Steiner. So that was cool. We had a video call with him just to say g'day. So you get a, guaranteed to get a good show. When that pay-per-view link comes out, hopefully you can all buy it and watch it. Because if this takes off, then we are on. We are definitely on. It's going to be so much fun. Who do you think? So everyone's still talking about my man Raymond. But let's talk about quickly, and then we can get into a Q&A, and you guys can ask anything you want. doesn't mean I'll answer it. Looking forward to seeing Steiner. Hopefully we can do a show before I go to Vegas. Hopefully. He is really a busy guy. Like, proper busy. So, it wasn't so much a reality check, but, like, I'm very lucky at my status with arm wrestling, you know. I know a few people have been rung up and say, you can't go on Aussie Show, blah, 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 and all that crap. But, like, with Scott, like, you know, or someone like Eddie Hall, like, you've got half an hour, then go. You have to be ready. Where a lot of the guys I asked to come on this show, yep, whenever, man, let's rock out some times, let's do this, let's do that. So, Morozov is injured. So, 18 months. Yeah, WWE Hall of Famer Scott Steiner. He's going to be pulling Uncle John, Big Papa Pump himself. Okay, no one really wants to talk about Devon's left arm match. That is interesting. But he was dominant. Yeah, stay golden. So I'll be on stage. I'll be doing a live Q&A with everyone in Vegas. Scott Steiner, Rick Steiner, and Ron Simmons. I think Sarah Backerman might be on stage with us as well. That'll go for about 30 minutes, 40 minutes. Then we've got 4 super matches, and that includes the main event, that is Scott Steiner and Uncle John Thompson, the Mastodon. So it's going to be a crazy event, you know. So it's not going to go too long. It'll all go for about 2.5 hours, but that includes a Q&A, meet and greet, and things like that. So I'll work out if I hope the live Q&A is on the pay-per-view, not just the matches. Yeah, it could be a tough match. Devon's match went exactly as planned, 100%. Well, it kind of seems that all that's left is Vitali. I see what you did there. Because it's left arm. I'll tell you where I get confused. So when they do the posters of the rankings, they put the right hand rankings on the left side and the left hand rankings on the right side, and it hurts my hand. Oh, pun intended. Hey. I'm more excited. Well, everyone's always more excited about the right hand, but Devon's bringing left arm wrestling back to the table. Yeah, I thought that was pretty much the way it was going to go. Alrighty, you guys got any final questions? Any final questions? Drop them in there. We'll have a bit of a chat. We'll rock and roll. And then it is, should be live tomorrow. And then trying to get some guests on the show. The times with Krasimir Kostadinov aren't really working. It's going to be like 1 o'clock in the morning for me. I still might set my alarm and do it just for you guys, because Krasy's great, but I've got no idea what time that is for you. I leave, so it's Monday morning here in Australia. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 12 days. 12 days. Oh. 12 days, and then I've got to go to Vegas. Unbelievable. Put the right on the right. Jeez. Devon versus Travis Lefty. Nah, I think Devon would be too much. I think we've seen the end of Travis Bajan. Travis, you know I loved ya, but when I went back and watched a couple of matches, you were just... I just didn't feel Travis Bajan. You just had an off day, I reckon. The excitement, the witty Travis Bajan just seemed like run of the mill. I don't know. I could be wrong. But let me know what you thought about the event if you're watching this a little bit later on. Tell me all the good, the bad, the ugly. It's not just focus on the ugly. There were some good bits in there. Of course there were some good bits. Packed house. Tick. Stage looked great. Not sure if it's for arm wrestling. I thought it was too big for arm wrestling, but the stage looked incredible. I liked the old, at the back of the pre-match interviews, East versus West logo. I liked that one. That was great. What else was great? Of course, but every event has ugly stuff. And I hope I'm wrong about Coach Ray. I hope I'm wrong. Let me check a few things. No, this one. Let's go here. Let's get rid of that. I'm just checking a couple of things on the old compute. Okay, no, all good, all good, all good. Oh, good, you bloody legends. Okay. Travis, make no mistake about it. And we all, it's funny. So, like, there's times where, I don't know if we get distracted or, you know, because with a lot of the commentators, including myself, sometimes you just go into your natural rhythm. You go into your natural rhythm, and that's one of his things. I have 6 or 7 things that I just naturally say. Neil does it, I do it, Ray does it, anyone that commentates does it. And you know, that's his thing. I've said the same thing. I know absolutely is something that I say all the time. Even when I do my live streams, it's like, oh, yep, and, you know, I can see it now. Make no mistake about it. Matt Mask has arrived. Make no mistake about it. John Brzenk is the great. Make no... Yeah, and that's, you know, that's not a knock, but I always say the arm wrestling world or the arm wrestling fans are lunatics, but they're not dumb. So they listen and they remember, and yeah, especially the I call them tragics in the most positive way. So, looking forward to that. Looking forward to commentating. Matt, what's the star of the event? You and Travis might be good together. Yeah, well, I reckon I can work with anyone. Because, like, when I do my commentary, I work out their strengths and highlight it when I include them in my commentary. Uncle John, Coach Ray, Ryan Bowen, Derek Smith, Neil Pickup, Jason Latona, trying to think who else I've worked with. You know, I've been able to work with them, and I've enjoyed working with them, and because I'll help them get to their strengths, so long as you don't overbear my strengths or what I'm trying to do, or develop an ego like, well, I've been here, so I'm the man, which can happen, and you just got to pull the reins in and go, all right, mate, you don't want to go toe to toe with me being a wordsmith. I'm an idiot, and I've got nothing to lose, so if you want to try and bury me on commentary, I'll bury you. But in saying that, everyone I've worked with's been pretty good, so I've been pretty happy there. But there's, so I'll work well with anyone in the commentary. Let's say you, right? Any final questions? What do we got? Almost be going an hour, so we don't want to drag this on for the sake of dragging it on. Tune in tomorrow. We're going to have Uncle John. We might play I reckon we'll play some caption game. What else? Bicep bash. We'll talk about some East versus West. We'll get his look about it, and then we'll talk about some events coming up, because there's like 3 or 4 events. Like, there's an event in Poland coming up. There's Uncle John's I Quit match with Austin Jaggers. Austin Jaggers, he was on the show last week. Bicep Bash. Oh, and there's Bob Brown's Underground event, I think, this weekend. Maybe I'll message Bob and see what's going on there and see if I can help him out. Maybe I'll do that. I like myself some Bob Brown. He tells me to be quiet early in the morning. Like, you shut up. Because, like, I'm usually the first one at breakfast because I hardly ever sleep. I'm usually the first at breakfast. And I just remember a fun story of Bob Brown. He's like, you don't have to speak so loud in the morning. We're all waking up because, like, I'll be at the eating. And, like, someone will come in like, hey, what's going on? Come sit here. Come have a chat. And you don't have to talk so loud. I like myself some Bob Brown. Okay. I'm out of here. You're out of here. Thank you so much for joining me. Take care. I'll speak to you real soon, guys, in 24 hours. I'll see you tomorrow. I might even make... I don't have time today, but I might make some little videos. I'll try and get the athletes from Bicep Bash on the show to talk about all that. You know, a bit of Don Underwood and Brandon Allen. Let's get them on the show. Love those two guys. We'll make it work. Anyway, I'm out of here. See you tomorrow.